Russia-Ukraine war at a glance, what we know on day 362 of the invasion. U.S. President Joe Biden makes surprise visit to Kyiv to meet Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky. White House statement promises more arms and further sanctions against Russia. Joe Biden has arrived in the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv, defying threats of Russian missile attacks, to announce significant additional U.S. weapons supplies, as Ukraine prepares to mark the somber anniversary of last year's full-scale Russian invasion. The U.S. president, closely surrounded by a large security detail, was escorted by his Ukrainian counterpart, Volodymyr Zelensky, on a walkabout around central Kyiv as air sirens could be heard, confirming rumors of a visit that had been circulating during the morning. Zelensky posted an image to Telegram of him together Biden, alongside the message Joseph Biden, "Welcome to Kyiv. Your visit is an extremely important sign of support for all Ukrainians." In a brief public appearance, Zelensky spoke first, in English, thanking Americans for their support. He said that when the war started the first phone call of support he got was from the White House. Biden spoke second. He talked about it being important that the President of the U.S. be here on the anniversary of the war, and said it's critical that there not be any doubt, none whatsoever, about U.S. support. A statement issued by the White House to accompany the visit stated that the U.S. will announce another delivery of critical equipment, including artillery ammunition, anti-armor systems, and air surveillance radars to help protect the Ukrainian people from aerial bombardments. And that later this week, the U.S. will announce additional sanctions against elites and companies that are trying to evade or backfill Russia's war machine. The visit came as EU foreign ministers met in Brussels. The 27-nation bloc's top diplomat Josep Borrell said the EU needs to ensure that Ukraine has enough ammunition to continue its fight against the Russian invasion. It is the most urgent issue. If we fail on that, the result of the war is in danger. The Russian artillery shoots about 50,000 shots a day, and Ukraine needs to be at the same level of capacity. They have cannons but they lack ammunition. Turkey is not exporting products that could be used in Russia's war effort, Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu said on Monday, after U.S. warnings this month about exports of chemicals, microchips, and other items. The U.S. Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, said on Monday in Ankara that Washington strongly supports Sweden and Finland's quick NATO accession. Turkey has been an obstacle to ratifying their membership. China will never accept the U.S. pointing fingers at Sino-Russia relations, the Chinese Foreign Ministry said at its regular news briefing on Monday. The comments came after Blinken suggested China may be ready to supply Russia with arms. China's top diplomat, Wang Yi, is expected in Moscow today. Ukraine's military is inflicting extraordinarily significant losses on Russian forces near the town of Volodar in the eastern Donbas region, Zelensky had said on Sunday in his nightly video address. Zelensky referred to several towns in Donbas, saying the more losses Russia suffers there, in Bakhmut, Volodar, Marinka, Kreminna, the faster we will be able to end this war with Ukraine's victory. Ukrainian troops are preparing to defend one of the possible targets of a new Russian offensive in the eastern Donetsk region as Russia threatens to capture Bakhmut. Ukrainian soldiers near the small town of Siversk described being outgunned. If they occupied Bakhmut, then we would be semi-encircled, because on the left side we have the Siverskaya Donets River, and the enemy will advance from the right, and it is possible to cut us off if they reach the Bakhmut highway, said the deputy Siversk battalion commander. 3 people were killed by shelling near the southern Ukrainian city of Berislav on Sunday morning, according to local officials. The regional military administration said Russian forces struck the village of Burgunka with massive artillery fire and that one of the shells hit the yard of a family home. Zelensky and French President Emmanuel Macron spoke by phone on Sunday and discussed strategies, including what the Ukrainian leader described as joint decisions ahead of this week's anniversary of Russia's invasion of his country. In his nightly video address, Zelensky said he thanked the French president for understanding our needs and for expressing jointly that we cannot waste any opportunity or a single week in our defense against Russian aggression. We also discussed important decisions that we are planning for this week for our year of resistance. France has said it would deliver the AMX-10 light armored vehicles it has promised to Ukraine by the end of next week. Macron added in an interview that he wants Russia to lose the war, but he does not want to see it crushed. The Ukraine war will have cost the German economy around Euro 160 bn, pound 142 bn, or about 4% of its gross domestic output, in lost value creation by the end of the year, the head of the German Chambers of Industry and Commerce, DIHK, said.